All right, we are live with Victor Gallegos, Mr. Bookseller, Mr. Amazon to Amazon. Victor, he sold over $500,000 in the last year alone and profited over six figures. I think it was close to what?
155,000. Yep.
Wow,
In
man,
profit.
that's fantastic. Yeah, we have a really great show lined up for everybody today. So whether you are brand new to selling books, or maybe you've been selling for 3 to 6 months, or maybe you've been doing it for a year or two and you want to scale your business to 10K a month, 20K, 30K, and not just a big number that we show off on social media, big orange bars, but actually orange bars that produce profits that you can put into your pockets. That rhymed right there. But like putting money in your pockets without going 20, 30, 50, $80,000 in debt. Does that sound good?
Sounds awesome. I mean, that's exactly what I do, right? I think that's why a lot of people have joined already, and they see that there's a ton of ROI with books. So, yeah.
So I want to know who is in the house watching. We are live right now at 7 p.m. Eastern time on May 23rd. So we are live right now. I see Optimus FBA in the house saying, Victor and Rakin, what is up? How we doing? And I want to let everybody know, for the folks who are coming in right now, and we'll make this announcement in a few more minutes as well. We're going to be giving away $100 at the end of today's call as well. So we're going to be choosing 2 lucky winners, and I'll pay somebody $50, and then Victor's going to pay somebody $50.
Let's
so
do it. Yep.
The only thing we ask, and the reason why we do this, we don't have a course or a program at the end of this call. We literally want to get people to hang out with us the whole time. And why is that important? People watch the whole time, Victor, instead of just watching for 5 minutes and then taking off and thinking they got it all.
I mean, because you didn't get it all, right? There's so much involved in this, and we really want to drive the point through, right? We want to show you that actually books, you can really make a really good living off of this. And, to really get that, just, watch this next hour, and there's going to be so much value here. So
I love it. We got Raymond in the house, Chilltown in the house, chilling like a villain. We got Amanda Ballard in the house. I'm excited to see Amanda at the Books and Beyond event in Vegas. She's going to be speaking, and she's going to be shedding some light on how to make money selling items, not only on Amazon, but also Walmart as well, which is a really big opportunity right now. So that's really exciting. We got Lorena, Amy Blackwell. We've got Igol in the house, Samio, Robin Clark. Amanda says, Amanda says I might jump in and out. She's sourcing. We completely understand. Yep. Awesome. We got Bill in the house.
How's it going?
We got a Bookmine user, an E2A masterclass flipper. Right. What's going on, Bill? Bill's killing it with books right now. He's actually utilizing a lot of the methods that both of us teach. I know he's doing E to A. He's doing some A to A. Bill's doing great.
Because like we're calling our conference Books and Beyond, but we could just call it the high ROI con, right? Like because that's what we're doing, right? Everyone who's going to be in this book conference is gonna the reason why we're doing it is because our returns are crazy. E to A is really a high profit margin business. No.
Yeah, there's a lot of money out there. Oh, who's this guy? Do you know this guy? He goes by Joji, J.I. Joe, Joji Davenport. I don't know who that is.
I really can't tell his picture. Yeah. Call us 2 legends, though. So, yeah. Joji's great. Has also done really well with books. He's currently a chemistry teacher. And, yeah, you're right. He is retiring from his job. He told them, hey, this is it for me. And has decided just to go full time with books, and I think that's pretty cool. He's got like less than 10 days of work to go, so happy for him.
Oh man, that's so exciting! We got a bunch of awesome people in the house. So essentially, how it's going to go down today is we're going to be sharing how you could make money selling books on Amazon, but we're not going to be talking about some of the great ways to do it, like thrift stores, library sales, maybe next door app, local pickups, Facebook Marketplace, E2A. We're not really going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about how to source books from Amazon and then sell them back on Amazon. I know it sounds kind of weird. Like, what do you mean, Steve? You can't buy it on Amazon. Amazon's a place to sell. yes, you can buy books on Amazon, and we buy them from merchant sellers. Sometimes we buy Prime, sometimes Prime, but you can buy books from home in your pajamas at your house. Now, it's not as easy as it sounds. It is easy, but you have to understand what to look for, how to analyze a deal, how to find them, how to break down a good versus a bad deal. And that's what we're going to be talking about on this call. And we're going to be breaking down 10 books specifically that are not just books you can sell to make a good profit, but they're going to be fast flipping books. Do you want to talk about that a little bit, Victor?
Yeah. So I really pushed Steve to ask him to do this video this soon, because there are so many books right now that are within a week or two of spiking. Like they're imminent, right? Like there's books that are about to be in huge demand within the next few weeks. And I knew that I needed to show you guys these books so that you can go out there and buy them and make some, really great money from them. So we're calling it fast flips because literally I can't predict the exact day, but within like a few weeks of each one of these books that I'm showing you today that you can buy, and 3 weeks down the road, we'll have doubled your money. So it's this simple. It's literally just going in and buying these books and then waiting for the inevitable spike up, because it's done the same exact pattern each and every year.
And the cool thing is most people who are doing Amazon to Amazon flips or eBay to Amazon or doing any form of like book flipping via online arbitrage, most of them outside of, obviously your group, they're onto it. They understand it. But I would say 98% of resellers and booksellers, they're looking to buy books that you can buy undervalued now that are profitable right now. So it looks like a good deal. A lot of the deals you pick up, they don't look good. They look ugly. They look unprofitable. Scout IQ, the app, Seller Amp,
all tell you no. Right.
So that's powerful.
Exactly, Steve. So one of the fastest or easiest books that I love to talk about is The Night Before Christmas, right? That book every year since like the 50s, right, has really spiked every Christmas, right? And especially right before Christmas, or the night before Christmas, that is when this book is just spiking. But say right now in the middle of May, nobody wants this book. They think it's a dead book. And so people are out there going to library sales, scanning The Night Before Christmas, and it shows up as a dud. And other people are like, okay, I don't want to touch this book because it's like $4, not realizing in November and December, this book spikes to like $40. So I have a whole like plan out here that I'm basically buying books like this for $4 or $5 as cheap as you can get thrift stores, and then just having it sit at the Amazon warehouse until it hits that $40 or $50 range, which it has every year since that book has been published. So that's exactly what I do.
I love it. I love it. All right. So we're going to get started, but I need two things from you guys. Number one, I need you to drop a comment down below and just type in the word books. Okay. I just want to know how many people want to make money selling books and learn how to do this. Just type in the comments books and smash that like button. Okay. I want to be able to make sure this video gets out to as many people as possible. And you might be thinking, oh, I don't want to hit the like button. And then as many people as possible are going to see it. I tell you, I would guess only 2 to 5% will actually take action on that. So by hitting the like button and commenting, you're putting your brain in a better position to take action. So
plus, Steve, I also realize that there are going to be a ton of people watching these videos. Like I have every book on here can hold the amount of people buying this book, and it still will spike. Like that's how good these books are.
How many books are on Amazon?
A little over 100 million. It just Keepa's tracking them, so it's like right around 102 million books are on Amazon right now. And that's crazy, right?
Yeah. And in your opinion, how many books are within a range and have like at least one sale every few months or so? Like out of that 100 million, how many are actually flippable? Would you say?
I actually know that stat pretty well. So a book that sells once a month, right, brings down that number down to around 400,000. So that's what we're mostly dealing with. We're dealing with the top 400,000 books, and within there, you find a ton of seasonal books like I'm about to show you today. And you're right, Steve. The best part of what I do is I don't have to be on my computer every single second and try to buy that book, within the next few minutes because there are 4 other people trying to buy this book. I just buy books on seasons, and I buy them whenever, like, okay, today's a good day, and I just buy all the books that I need to, and then go on the rest of my day. I don't need to be on my computer all the time.
Hey, and speaking of a good day, I'm having a good day when one of my YouTube videos gets 1,000, 2,000 views. So worst comes to worst, if this video does really well and gets a few thousand views,
a
few thousand people times 5% is what, like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 people. And then there's 400,000 books. There's plenty to go around. I could promise you that right now. Cool. So let's get into things. If you want to open up your slides, Victor.
How many people? Well, lots of people showed books, right? So we're ready to rock and roll. A lot of people seem really excited about it. So let's get it.
I was throwing all their names on the screen. So while you're prepping to get your slides going, just to let everybody know, if you hang around until the end, we're going to be giving away two $50 cash prizes via your PayPal, or if you have Venmo, something like. I know our last contest, someone's like, I don't have PayPal, so I paid her Venmo. So we'll work it out. We'll get you the money, but all you got to do is hang out until the end, and we're just going to ask a question, and it's going to be free, and we're just going to reward the people who are here. So I am going to add your slides onto the screen. Let's put us down in the corner. If you want to open up that slideshow so it's full screen, Victor.
Full screen. Yeah, let me give you 1 second. Let me slideshow. Boom. There you go.
Perfect. And if my face ever gets in the way of the slides, I might take our pictures off if it covers anything up. But for now, I think we're good. I think we're good. We got 72 people here. Let's rock and roll. Let's have some fun.
Let's go. And as Steve said, these are some of the best books that are on Book Online Arbitrage. So just get really excited. You guys are in for a treat. And these particular books are within, like I said, they're at the cusp of spiking. So these are really fun books to go in and, if you haven't even started with the books yet, I suggest at least trying it out, right? Go in and look at these books, consider them, because they're just amazing books. And I'm happy that I got on with Steve right now and to be able to share that with you. So on our next slide, I think it's probably our most controversial slide, but it's one that needs to be talked about, right? So this is Book Online Arbitrage versus everything else, right? And I see a lot of people talk about wholesale, private label, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, thrifting, and each one of them have a whole group following, and they probably have a group that really says this is the way. But if you really draw it down and why I chose Book Online Arbitrage versus these others, it's because of what I'm seeing over here on the green section, right? Okay, so is wholesale above 50% ROI? Like, can you make 50% consistently with wholesale? You're not, right? 40%, 30%, 20%, probably not. Most wholesalers are getting in 10%. So they don't even get a check over there on that side, right? They're hoping between 10 and 20% is what most wholesalers are offering. And so when you're seeing a check mark, you're not seeing any X's over there. It is scalable, so you do get a plus there. It is time and location independent, so you get a check there. But you can see on the right side all these negative things, right? You have to have a ton of cold calling. I don't know. I'm not a person that really likes to, hey, you got anything for me to sell? Like, it's a lot of awkward calling. And yes, you're going to get some yeses, but this is just not me. Why do I have to do that? Like, if that was the only way, I guess I would try to learn how to do that. But that's not how I'm feeling. Like, I don't really want to do that. Also, you have to have be ungated. You have to go in and try to get 10 invoices, submit that back and forth to Amazon back and forth. And who knows if you're going to get it in time. And a lot of times with wholesale, they need a major investment from you. You need like $10,000, maybe even $5,000 to get your account started with a wholesaler. Otherwise, they're not willing to listen to you, right? Right, Steve?
Yeah, man. Those are the reasons why. Like, I went through a program recently, and it's great. Like, there's ways to make money, but it's a lot of cold calling. It's a lot of being on the phone. It's big investments. And there are actually ways you can make 40, 50, 60% ROI. But the people who are doing that, they built relationships for years and years and years. They've got exclusives. I mean, it's just a completely different business. I feel like you and I, we're like thrifters, like we're resellers. Yeah. Like, we like to buy and flip. We're not in the business of like building these like 8-year relationships to build a brand. And like, it's just a different game.
It is, because we're versatile. We're survivors, right? Like, because that wholesaler could easily go and sell it to someone else, right? That product to someone else, and they want your whole business. And so we're trying to find ways to continue to make it in this market. And one of the, like I said, the best way to do it is with Book Online Arbitrage, both with Amazon to Amazon or eBay to Amazon. But yeah, so it's very prone to take price tanking. And there's a lot of times with wholesale and any other market, except for particularly with books, have a higher customer return rate. Basically, a lot of customers get the products and just don't like it and return them. And so, yeah, there's private label, and you can see that private label gets 2 green marks there. Again, their challenge here is that you still have to do a lot of cold calling. There's still gating. There's a lot of capital investment there, and there's no real, like, in a private label, you really don't have Keepa charts to really back you up, because you're just introducing a brand new product to the market. You don't know whether or not it's actually going to pop or not. And then, basically retail arbitrage does get you around 30%, but it's not scalable because it's your manual labor. You're going to have to drive to all these stores and find products and again, pack and ship and send them off. And your time is limited on stuff like that. So it is not scalable. Plus, it's also not time independent, right? I don't know very many stores that are open like at 2 a.m, right? You're not going to be able to go in to a TJ Maxx at 2 a.m and start scanning stuff. Right. So yeah, retail arbitrage gets 2 checks, right? Because it's not over here, and there's still some negative things, right? You still got to get ungated. There are IP complaints issues, and with online arbitrage, which has a good following, right? There's a lot of people out there doing online arbitrage. The challenges here are with online arbitrage is we're at best we're circling around 20%. Matter of fact, when I went to the Miami Sellers Conference, most people are telling me realistically around 10%. So I put this check here just to be nice, right? Most of the time they're at 10% online arbitrage.
You know what's funny? Everybody at the conference who was doing online arbitrage, 98% of them were trying to move on to wholesale. Like, they were trying to get out of it. Like, I rarely ever see any A-to-A flippers or E-to-A flippers saying, like, I want to get out of it, other than like maybe some E-to-A flippers if you're doing electronics and things, because it can get a little bit riskier with IPs and whatnot. But it's like, I don't know, man. It was interesting. I made a video the other day, 13 reasons why online arbitrage sucks. So you kind of know where I stand, but there's people having success with it, but it's a completely different beast.
It is. And I mean, I totally understand I want to echo your same comments of your live video that you had about online arbitrage. And there are a lot of people showing a huge amount of gold bars, right? They're like, wow, look at me. I mean, orange bars. I mean, like, I've sold $1 million worth of products. What actually, if 10% of that or less than 10% is actually profit, you're bringing in less than $100,000 on $1 million.
I would like to see their credit bureau. I can't even say it, like their credit report. How much debt do you actually have, and like see your actual tax return, like how much you actually making after all the price tanking. But again, I'm not trying to be a hater. Some people succeed with it, but I feel like the success rate of E-to-A and A-to-A, it's got to be 10 times higher.
Right. Exactly. And so they still got some X's over here on the right-hand side. You still have to get ungated. There's still IP complaints you have to worry about. There's price tanking. Like, just to say Walmart went on a clearance and everyone went to go buy this product from Walmart and everyone's excited about it. They bought this, everyone's buying this pin for 40 cents and they can sell it for like $3 on Walmart. Well, but that's the whole country, right? The whole country is going to get that same exact deal. And very soon after you buy that product, there's price tanking after that. And so it looks really good. Wow, I'm going to make 40%. And then turns out no, because there's going to be a ton of sellers showing up on those type of listings because it's available to everybody. And they still have the same issues with higher customer returns than particularly with books. All right, so this next model, I know thrifting. Steve, I know that you used to do thrifting, and matter of fact, maybe your mom still does. And so it does. There's huge ROI with thrifting. Go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, man, thrifting, you can find books anywhere. They're cheap. They're inexpensive. It's low risk. I mean, there's all the benefits of what you were talking about with, A-to-A and whatnot. But, as you can see, it's not very scalable because it's based upon your time. Now, there's ways around it, setting up relationships, bulk buys, so on and so forth. We're generalizing here. I mean, there's obviously exceptions to the rule with everything. Right. So I know I'm going to get some messages behind the scenes saying, like, I made all this money with OA and wholesale. I'm not saying it's not. I'm generalizing for the general public. That's right. That was my point.
No, you're right. It is. There's going to be a few exceptions here and there, but I'm just talking to the general public, right? For the majority of the people, this is the results, right? So thrifting, yes, you get 50% ROI, but unfortunately, it's not scalable. And again, most Goodwills aren't open past 8 p.m., right? So if you have a job, you have between 6 and 8 p.m. to try to find as many books as you can to thrift and make a profit on Amazon. But you also notice what thrifting, which is why one of the reasons why a lot of people have do it really it gets really successful. Not very many X's on the right hand side. It's only prone to price tanking because most of the time when you're scanning products, you're looking for a green or red, and you're not necessarily looking at Keepa to see whether or not is this just a temporary spike in price and that's why it's turned green, or is it actually the intrinsic value of that product happens to be much higher than it is right now. And so that's why I put that there. All right, but the last one, book online arbitrage, is, as you can see, we get 50% ROI in every product we get. Like most of the people I actually work with turn down products that are even at 50. Like they're like, no, I want 100% ROI or better in every product. And that's possible with books, right? Because there's just that much profit on books, that especially the way I tend to do it. But yeah, so Amazon to Amazon, eBay to Amazon, both have really, really high profit margins. They're scalable because you can hire VAs. They're time like independent. I also source around 2 a.m, sometimes 2 p.m. It really doesn't matter, right? Because Amazon's always open, eBay's always open, and it's just easy to go in and purchase the items that you need. And that's why it's so awesome. And then if you look on the right-hand side, I'm not cold calling anybody. I don't need to get gated. There's no major investments in anything. I've never got an IP complaint. As long as you do it right, there's no price tanking. Matter of fact, if there is a book that price tanks, go and buy it. that's that simple. And then my customer return rates, like basically customers who return books back to me, is less than 2%. And because I'm selling used books, all I need to do is get that used book and send it back in again. Like there's no loss in even the 2% that I'm actually getting. So this is why when people ask me why do I buy, like why do I stay in books, like this is like the picture I see in my head, and I just wanted to put that out there. Why I pick books, and why I think it's just the holy grail of the type of business that we do.
Yeah, and it's the most abundant category. I mean, why are you able to find deals at Goodwill and Savers of all different types of categories when they're looking things up on their phone? The reality is there's so much product that goes through a thrift store, items fall through the cracks, and the same applies when it comes to books. There's so many books out there, 100 million books.
Yeah,
people
that's right.
Misprice them, they fall through the cracks, and that's where we come and scoop them up. So we'll be talking about it in this call, how you guys can actually scoop those up and find the books that fall between the cracks. And while it might seem like there's only a couple, there's literally thousands and thousands
of these books
every day, every hour.
Yeah, every hour. Exactly. So it's pretty cool. And so I just wanted to, if I haven't sold to you now, I don't know, then go to wholesale and try to make some money or something, right? But like we're in the business, me and Steve, we're here doing this because we're making such a high ROI. Like this is why we chose what we're doing. Amazon to Amazon, eBay to Amazon.
I love it, man. I love it.
All right,
slide. Fantastic slide, man. I'm gonna have to borrow that sometime. Send it over to me after.
Yeah, I mean, please do it. This is why I was like, I don't understand why people are doing this. I don't want to cold call people. Why do I have to do that if there's other options out there? You know what the
reality is? It's like on YouTube, like the general public, I hate to say it, I don't want to say they're stupid, but they're just so gullible. And like you have these people showing off these huge, gigantic numbers, selling you the dream of getting rich. And it's like, you guys got to stop trying to get rich and just learn to build a skill that makes you 5 to 10K a month, like in profit. Like start there.
Exactly. Like there's so much money like we can make here. And that's why some people are like, well, what if you're making so much money, why are you sharing it? Because there's just so much money to be made. I can't make it all. Steve can't make it all. Like you could hire 10 VAs and still not buy anywhere close to the market, right? There's 100 million books out there. It's impossible. So each one of you could do this.
Yeah. And it's rewarding, man. We've helped a lot of people. I mean, a lot of my best friends and good friends, I see them in the chat. Obviously you, Joji, it's all from this community, helping and serving and giving. And let's get into it, man. You got me excited now, man. I already know about this opportunity and you got me pumped up about it.
All right. So to the people who don't know me, there's some people I know in your group that don't know me yet. And so I just wanted to quickly go over that. At the age of 38, I achieved financial freedom mostly through books. So I was in a government job, and I'm not going to really talk bad about government jobs, but it's a good paycheck, but it's not challenging, right? It's like the same type of job each and every day. and I really wanted to do something more like better for me and better for the community, right? I wanted to give back to people. I wanted to help out. So as soon as I was able to be financially free and retire, I started giving back, right? I opened a Facebook page. I started helping people with books because I realized this is a program, this is a method that I can help out other people and still not really affect me, right? I'm still going to be able to sell books on my own, and other people will still be able to make their own book businesses. Because I've done other businesses. I don't know if I've even told you, Steve, but I used to own frozen yogurt stores. I had 2 frozen yogurt companies in Texas, and I used to sell a ton of yogurt. Both of them $1 million businesses, and that was fun. But that sounds cool, right? $1 million, but actually my like profit margin was like less than like 5%, right? So stuff like that. I used to sell diamonds. There's other tons of things I used to do, but I realized that books are by far beats them all, right? Because of the high ROI here, and that it's scalable, and that I don't need to talk to customers. I don't know about you, Steve, but because of Amazon, I actually don't talk to customers. Like the last time I talked to an Amazon customer, I went back to look, was 8 months ago.
Yeah, it's because we're FBA. We're fulfillment by Amazon. So that's part of Amazon's job. Sometimes they'll send you a question now and then. You can just hit do not respond or no response needed. But yeah, they deal with the fulfillment. They pick it, pack it, ship it, deal with customer service, deal with returns. It's pretty great.
Yeah. So I then started teaching people how to do books, right? And so then after that, I realized, okay, I need to help them even more, right? Because they're out there looking at Keepa, trying to find some books, and it takes them a few hours to find a few books. And I was like, okay, let me really drive it home to them. Let me help them. And so me and Joji together partnered up and created Bookmine. So a little bit later, we'll talk about Bookmine and how it can help out your business even further. But that's where people kind of already established just slightly, right? They've already bought some books, are really excited about this, and want to take it to the next step. And that's what Bookmine will help you do. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Right now, let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about specifically books and why I chose books, right? So there are predictable patterns on Keepa, right? So you can go and look at a book, and it'll constantly show you this ebb and flow each and every year. And so we buy at the valleys and sell at the peaks, right? So it's pretty simple. There's other ways, like for instance, 2 mega sellers are competing with each other and kind of price tank a book quickly, and you can take advantage of books like that. But the most important thing of this whole presentation is to take action. Start an account if you don't have one. If you have one, go and start buying these products. Like you're going to make money off of them, right? Like if you went back to my Facebook page or know anything about me and Joji, we've been doing this for like 6 years. And there are people who are been following us for 6 years that will tell you, yes, this is true. I am buying books. I am making money. This is a great way to make an actual full-time living off of books. So just take action. That's probably our biggest thing, right? Because Steve, most people watch our videos and never actually do anything. They just watch our video and like, okay, I guess that's an idea. I don't know. I don't know why they don't, right?
More than you believe.
I know.
It's unfortunate though. It's sad because the reality is it's actually not that hard. But don't have a big goal of doing 5K, 10, 20K a month. Just sell your first one. Once you do, you're going to be a believer.
Right. Exactly. All right. So unfortunately, the slide that I had up here, it's the same slide, but I actually drew a little stick figure right here. And when I saved it, I guess it didn't happen. But all right. So I like to show this because most people don't get Keepa quickly, but for some reason they understand mountains, right? So if I show them a mountain and then show them Keepa, they get it, right? And so this is a very easy concept. Last time, if you guys go back to look at our last live video, we talked about college books and the seasons here. This particular one that I'm showing you here is a one peak mountain. And what this represents mostly high school books. High school books peak like this. So imagine a high school book and this being the price of that high school book, right? So this book can be, right, say like $20, $30 all year long. And then something happens to it and then everybody wants it. And it spikes in price like really, really high. And then it starts to dive back down and it does it again. And if this pattern kept going, he would have spiked again the next year and then went down. And then it would have done that same exact thing each and every year. The reason why I really wanted to get on Steve's channel right now is because we're right here. Where this mouse is right there in that little valley right before the spike. We're literally, I'm no joke. We're literally in the middle of May. Some of the books have already spiked. Matter of fact, a good portion of them have, but these particular 10 books haven't spiked yet. And I'm just really excited to show you that we're at the cusp of these books spiking. So, now let's go to the right-hand side and actually show you a Keepa chart of that same exact thing. And again, we are in the middle of May, which would be right here and where my mouse is. So again, very similar. We're literally right here, and we are within a week or two of this book already starting to spike up higher. So what's great about this is if you take action today, you will see results in 30 days, right? And so if you don't have that, your capital's kind of tight, you can even utilize a credit card, which most of the time I don't usually encourage that. But like you can buy a book and get it to Amazon and sell it within 30 days within your grace period of your credit card. So you don't even need extra capital to make this happen because these books are actually that close to spiking.
Now, Victor, I want to ask the audience a question right now, because I would say when it comes to selling books, let me know if you agree or disagree. One of the number one skills every bookseller needs to possess is the ability to read a Keepa chart.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know 1 through 10. Everybody watching right now, 1 means you don't know anything about Keepa. It just looks like a bunch of squiggly lines. You're like, this is the most confusing thing I've ever seen. That's a 1. A 10 is you're an expert. A 10 means if Victor's internet crashes, I'm bringing you on to teach this class. You understand Keepa, historical patterns. You understand how to read buy box statistics. You really know what you're doing. 1 through 10. I want to know where everybody stands right now. I don't know if you could see the comments, Victor, but it's interesting to see where everybody stands right now. Yeah, we've got a 7, a 1, an 8, 9, 8, 9, 7, 7, 4. We got Dale coming with a 4, Zach with a 7, Jamie with a 5, an 8, a 5. Shane coming in with a 9. Oh, T Darling a 10. So T Darling, if anything happens,
T Darling thinks, wow, okay, look at them.
I love it. Susie's coming in with a 1. What would you say someone needs to be at 1 through 10 to really not make mistakes that are gonna lose you money? 1 through 10. I know that's kind of
I think that's good, Steve. And what's great about books is that there's a lot of margin for error. You can still not do great at Keepa and still make money because there's just high profit margins here. So instead of say 50%, maybe some of your books you're only going to make 10, but you're still going to make profit off them, right? And you'll kind of start out your journey and then get to those higher numbers. So I'd say like at a 4 or higher on Keepa, you'll do well. Like if you can see what I'm just showing you here, if you can see a mountain that spikes and then see this chart and spike and be like, ooh, that's what I need to buy, then you did it, right? And I think that's probably a 4. So just continue and click on books and find these type of books out there. There are these type of books, and Amazon really helps you out. Although we'll show you this book actually in a few seconds. But if you were to click on this book, right below that listing, Amazon will be like, hey, there are other books just like that book. I know that you're probably buying for your high school kid. Do you need other high school books? And those books below that are also more than likely going to be really great winners.
So the good news is at the end of our call as well, not only are we giving away 2 $50 cash prizes to someone who comments and answers a question, we're going to ask a question and get some comments and pick some winners. But also at the end, we're going to give you guys an opportunity, 100% free. I'm going to be giving away a free 6-week Keepa course, 100% free. So if you're a Bookmine user, you'll be able to get that for free. And anyone who uses Bookmine or gets a free trial, I'm going to be giving that away. We'll talk about that at the end. So yeah, that's a 6-week Keepa course with Joji and I. So 100% free. So yeah, Yeshwaya says, if I'm pronouncing your name right, I love cash prizes and free stuff. Awesome. Okay, well, let's get into the slides some more. I'm going to stop talking because to learn and earn some money.
Oh no, we're killing it right now. All right, so we'll talk about Bookmine in a minute, and let's just quickly get into some books, right? All right, so this is our first high school book. It has that very similar mountain pattern to it. If you were to check out this book, every year it both kind of like has a valley for the majority of the year and then spikes over here, right? So I already looked at this book. Currently, you can buy this book for $60, and you can sell it over here for right around $140. So that's what's kind of crazy about this particular book. Anytime November, December, January, February, there's a little bit of peaks and valleys here, but you could have bought it anytime between November and May, and this book being right around $60, and then selling it over here for $140. And I don't know if you, most people, like you said, there are some 4s and 1s and Keepa and stuff like that. This type of valley that's really happening on this book is so pronounced that this book probably sells maybe 800 times in August, and another 400 or 500 times in September,
Wow.
and a ton of times in July. So like, there's a few people here like, well, you're sharing it with all of Steve's group. Books is going to crash. No, this book is going to continue to do well, even if we all bought this book. So again, buy this book for $60, sell it for $140. That is more than double your money here. And again, this is a snapshot of a year. So actually, we're technically right there, right? And we are within a week or two of this book really, really high, like spiking very quickly up to past $100 within a few weeks. So this is definitely a book to take action on. We do have the ISB number here, and so and it also a really good point here is that there's other methods that are like, well, take advantage of the FBA prime bump. As you notice, this is not taking advantage of the FBA prime bump. The lowest prices are actually at those $140 mark. So you're not even having to take advantage of the prime bump. If you get the prime bump and are actually selling it even more than that, I mean, well done. But this is not something you have to do selling these type of books.
Yeah, and also, guys, I want to shout out Steven Tower. Steven's a great guy. He's I know he's flipping from E to A. I think he's mostly doing A to A now. But he was saying, you better share the ASINs. We've got them here for you. And at the end of the call, for anyone who sticks around, I'm going to drop a link to the slides, right? I think you gave me permission to share the slides. So we'll share the slides with you guys at the end. So don't worry about like freaking out trying to write all the ASINs down. I got you. And you could just comfortably look for them after the call. So just hang with us for now.
And if you don't mind, I'm actually going to get off these slides and actually show you live on Keepa this information so that we can go a little bit more. Okay, cool. All right. So this is the first book, right? This is the book that I just showed you. And what's cool about it is that if you were to look at this pattern, I don't know, it's pretty easy to see. Each and every year you can see that there's a green valley, like a ton of green like drops here every year, right? Both in 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's bound to happen again. So it's literally that same exact thing where you buy in the valley, sell in the peak, and we're in the valley again. If I was just to draw this out, we're about to go into another peak. So again, definitely a great book. Buy for 60 and sell for 140.
Michael's asking, does the seller count worry you? Because the seller count is increasing quite rapidly.
Yeah. So if you remember what I just mentioned over here, where the sales rank is down this low, at a sales rank this low, I wouldn't really worry about it, right? Because there's 150 sellers. This book is going to sell so much that it'll go through that type of it'll go through that many sellers. So I think if you were to buy a few copies at 140 easily, $130, they'll all sell out. So that this type of book really brings in much more demand than Keepa even really is showing you here.
And what about the edition numbers? Because there could be different editions. It's important to make sure when you're buying from Amazon and selling on Amazon that the book you're buying versus the one you're selling is the exact item, because there could be 11th, 12th, 13th, right?
Yeah. So what's really cool about this particular, one of the things what's really good about high school book, or I guess all books, is that the ISBN number is in the back of the book, right? So as long as you dive in and make sure that the ISBN number matches, you have the correct book. So it's not like, okay, checking out the covers to make sure this cover looks like that cover. This, as long as the cover and the number on the back of the book matches, then you have the right book. And then I know this is what's cool, Steve, about high school books, right? Is that high school books are, I don't know, it's been years for both of us that we've both been in high school, but high school books are old, right? They're really, really old, like 10, 20 years, maybe even older than that, because the school district doesn't have the budget to replace the books. So what we're doing is we're buying these books, and the school districts are mostly the ones who are buying off of us. They're replenishing their old stock so that they don't have to go and buy a brand new edition of a book. So honestly, in high school books, I don't even care if there's new editions. There's probably like 6 new editions of this book. It doesn't phase me at all. And it doesn't phase the Keepa, right? Keepa chart at all. There's probably been a new edition since probably 2019. This book still continues to do well. Because the school districts had to buy that book, and they had to guarantee to keep using the book between 10 and 15 years before they can go in and move on to a new edition. So we have a customer base that is forced to buy our books for the next 10 to 15 years in high school books. And that's why when people are like, what is your number one book? High school books for me.
Yeah, that's really cool. And what about the condition? What are some do's and don'ts in terms of when you're buying books from Amazon and they start showing up at your doorstep or your prep center? What are some things that are alarming to you?
Yeah, so the only thing of high school books that are alarming to me is that there's no cover on the book or severe water damage. Besides that, all the school district is trying to do is replace their old inventory. So as long as your book looks like a 7 or 8 year old book, they're going to be fine with it. Like I rarely have, as we covered in the beginning, I rarely have customer returns. So as long as you get an acceptable copy, a truly acceptable copy, like not a right below acceptable, an acceptable copy, which means a fully functional book with all of its pages, even if there's writing on it, that's fine. Like their student's going to be doing that. So all they're looking for is a replacement copy, and it doesn't need to be in pristine condition. So acceptable copies on high school books are fine, which is again why high school books are by far the best category of online arbitrage.
Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna take a wild, crazy guess that you probably have a huge list of high school books to be on the lookout for. You probably have hundreds of thousands of them, if I had to guess.
There's probably around 5,000 high school books out there that are actually profitable, and I track those, and that's why. Although we'll talk about Bookmine a little bit later. That's why you got to be a Bookmine member. Literally,
you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to yank your chain at the end of this call to see if we can give away anyone who joins a free trial with Bookmine 100% free. Maybe we could do something special where we give them, I don't know, 25 or 50 high school books to be on the lookout for. We didn't plan this. So feel free to say no.
No. We didn't plan this, and I love it. Let's do it.
But we got to get some ones in the comments. Put a 1 in the comments if you guys want me to try to yank his chain off to convince him to give you guys, I don't know, 25, 50 high school books to be on the lookout for. But we got to see some 1s in the comments right now.
We got to see a lot of 1s because there's a ton of value in high school books. There's literally nothing negative about a high school book, Steve. Because you're like, oh, well, IP complaints. Nobody, as far as I know, and I'm really in the market, right? No one has ever been suspended. No one's ever gotten an IP complaint with high school books. And so this is like a safe net right there. And there's these books that who cares if there's new editions, because these old editions will continue to pop. And you don't have to show up on a specific date. You have like months to buy these books, right? Buy them and just wait for the peak. Yeah, it's awesome.
Man, we got a lot of 1s coming in. All right, let's keep moving to the to the next book, because
I know
I'm getting excited.
All right. So that first book, right? I hear people saying $60, Victor. I don't have $60, especially now that I've been used to buying products for like $5, $10. I don't have that type of money. That's cool for them. Buying 60, 140. I can imagine. I can see why that's valuable. But there are a ton of books that are $3. This is cheaper than you can go to a thrift store buying a lot of times, right? So of course there's shipping, so it's going to cost you around $7. But buy a book like this, which again has that same exact pattern. And again, we are right here. We are again within a few weeks of this book moving up, and again we are showing the same exact pattern as we do every year. This book is right at $3, and basically you buy this book at $7, and then you sell it for right around 30. And you're like, oh, is there enough margin there? Yeah, that's well over 100% ROI on a book like this. So again, buy at 7, sell for right under 30, sell like $28. That's still over 100% ROI. And you see the sales rank down here, Steve. This is getting down to like 5,000, 3,000. Wow. So a 3,000 book for a day sells well over 100 times just that day. And then there's the next day, right? So when people ask me how many books should I buy of this, my next thing is, how much money do you have? these are the type of books where you could buy 50 copies and you would touch the market that day. Like there would be August 2nd would be your day. You would sell out and, you know, you would wish you bought more.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I love it. I love it that this is open for folks who only have a couple $100 or,
right.
You know, there's folks, you know, I know people who are doing, you know, Bookmine and, you know, buying off Amazon and whatever, spending $20,000-$30,000 a month. So, there's a lot out there. There's plenty of opportunity. You don't need thousands.
We have a wide range of people. That's right. But, you know, I wanted to also throw these in to show you that you don't necessarily have to bring a ton of capital to make this happen. That $7 book has been $7 or right around $7 for months. And this spike is happening, right? And if you go back and look at the whole like pattern of this book, it happens every year, right? So when people ask me, well, how do I know this book is going to do it again? It's done it every year. It's a high school book. It's really hard to argue. It's like, it's going to do it again. There's no reason why this book wouldn't do it. Like there's still religion in the world. There's the world and there's still religion. So this book is going to happen again, right? It's that simple.
And guess what? Compared to like online arbitrage or wholesale where you're buying 50, 100, 200, 500 of a specific ASIN, spending $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $12,000 on one product. If it tanks, God forbid, you're out. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it tanks 10, 20, 30% on your investment. It stinks. It sucks, but it's only on one or maybe two or three or four or five instead of 80.
Yeah. Exactly. You're right. So right. I mean, and at most you're only going to lose a few dollars. I mean, I just don't see a world where this book would not go for like $28 this next month, right? Because it's happened every year. But let's just say there's some crazy mega seller comes on this listing and drops the price down to $10. Then you have a choice to make. Either sell it for $10, lose a few dollars, or just wait for next year when the book recovers, because the intrinsic value of this book is $30. And so that's all you got to do. Buy that book, wait a few weeks, and we're moving up. It's imminent that this book is going to move up. So
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. All right. So this next book I didn't include, but I wanted to show you that this book up until this morning or up until yesterday was on my list. Right. So this book is it does spike up until around really close to like $40, right? $35. And it was down to like $10. And then it just spiked just like 2 days ago. So I had this book ready to show you guys, but it's already doing this. And there are 100 books. There's hundreds of books that are already doing this, right? Because I can't time the market down to the day, but I can time it down to a few weeks. And so there are many books that have already done this move, and this book will continue to move up. So unfortunately, this is not one of the books we're going to be able to flip this year, or it's already too late this year. But, next year, these are the type of books that you would want to buy down here. We're in the 4 to 5 range. So this is a book that's already, has already moved ahead of everyone else and has already spiked in price. And so I'm just showing you that these books are within a few days of spiking. And who knows if tomorrow that book will spike, or in like 2 weeks from now it'll spike, but it's going to spike.
Yeah. And there was a great question that came in that I just answered. Kathy was saying, like, how are current sellers making money at like $2, $3? And the reality is there's really big bulk booksellers, recycling companies. I mean, there's millions and millions, like literally hundreds of millions of books out there. And there's some companies out there who are willing to make 10, 20, 30 cents per flip because they're doing such big volume, and they get these special bulk postage discounts that normal folks like us don't get. They're in a completely different model. So for you and I, Victor, and everyone watching, that's an opportunity for us. We win. They're happy because they're just looking to move inventory. They have huge overhead. Right. They have 30 people, a $20,000 a month warehouse. So it's just a different game.
It is. And a lot of times these thrift companies and Goodwill get this product for free. So if they make 30 cents, that's a win. And so they're able to sell it dirt cheap. And they make a little bit of money on the book, the actual $3, and a little bit on the postage. And then they made $1 or $2 on this book, and then they move on to the next book. They think of it as, just try to churn a lot of books, not necessarily make a lot of money off each book.
Love it. Love it.
Let's go. All right. So this is actually another great high school book. I was trying to think where should I throw this book in at? And I didn't put this in order. I just kind of just found some really awesome books and wanted to show them to you guys, right? So, all right, so this book is right around $12. You can see with shipping, it's around $16. And look at this spike. We're at 60, right? We're at 60 in August. And if you notice, I didn't even stick the FBA price in here. This is 60 at the merchant fulfilled price. So at the FBA price, it does get at 65 for quite a long time. And so buy this for 16 and sell it for 60. I'm no mathematician here, but that is way over double your money.
That's not a wholesale flip.
That's not a wholesale flip, exactly. And again, awesome things about here, Steve, is that there's no IP complaints. There's no there's no law firm going to send you anything, because this is not a counterfeit book. Which again, I didn't even talk to you about why this is awesome about counterfeit books, right? Because the vast majority of people who are buy from like high school books are the school districts. So the school districts buy from the publisher, and that's it. It's a really tight supply chain, and because of it, like there's no counterfeit high school books out there because they just wouldn't have a market to sell. And so like knowing to buy these books, you almost know they're safe for that reason. And I've checked thousands of high school books and have found one high school book that was counterfeit likely out of the 5,000 high school books that are out there. So it's just a great place to be in, and you can sleep well at night. You're not going to get an IP complaint or a counterfeit complaint with these type of books. Again, buy at 16, sell for 60, and this type of book doesn't the demand isn't as strong as the last book. So this is I'd probably buy like 5 copies of this book.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a couple of $100 in profit just by buying this book.
You know what's cool with some high school books, and I know you've got to do this because you're the king of high school flipping. You can sometimes you could buy 15, 20, 30, 40 copies of a book. Once you really understand Keepa. I know, I'm sure you do this, but for folks listening, when you really master Keepa and you understand books that are in demand and really spike and really like there's a history of like you see that peak and valley all the time, you could buy 30 or 40 of these high school books. Once you get to that point, and sometimes a teacher or a class, they'll buy them all from you. You'll literally sell them out and they'll buy them all from you. Have you had that happen before?
Well, tons of times. It happens like daily from like June and on. They'll buy every book I have because they need like 12 copies of a book. And so they'll go in and buy all 12 copies for me. And I only had 12 copies. And that's me kicking myself, being like, I should have bought more than 12 copies. I keep a chart. That Let's would have done even better than that. Why did you only buy 12 copies? I do that every year. I tell myself I should have bought more. And it happens all the time. The most I've ever bought in one time was 80 books. Somebody bought 80 books from me.
Wow. That's amazing. Was that your whole stock?
Yeah, that was my whole stock. Yeah.
What did you profit on each one of those books, if you had to guess?
Oh yeah, like $35. So it was huge.
God, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Well over a $10,000 day for me, because that day was already good, but that day, added because of that 80 book sell. Yeah. And these type of books, like they're secret here, right? Because Keepa can only do so much, right? Keepa only tracks books every 15 minutes, right? Because Keepa isn't Amazon. So they can't tell that there was actually a book that actually sold 80 times here. It'll just tell you that the sales rank dropped.
Oh, wow.
So you can't even know, you won't even know that there are other sellers out there doing that type of stuff. And there's those type of times happening quite often. So
let me hit you over the head with a couple questions because I see them coming in. What about ungating on high school books? Someone's asking.
Ungating in high school book. What's fun about high school books is that there's no gating in high school books. If you are trying to get, if there's a book that's gated, you're not looking at a high school book. Then you found a book that is not a high school book, and you're trying to get gated. You're thinking it's a high school book because high school books are ungated.
College books, do they have the same value before every semester starts? Azra is asking.
So college books are pretty close. There's other issues with college books. There's IP complaints. There are counterfeit complaints you're going to have to worry about. There's also new editions you're going to have to kind of look at. But if you find that, and if you're able to find a book that's not counterfeit likely and then doesn't have a new edition, or that's a really old college book, and who cares if there's a new edition, it just stays really good. You can do really well with college books too. It's just that, on this particular presentation, I just really wanted to hone in on the best of the best. Like I'm giving you the cliff notes of what to do best with books.
Yeah.
Like after you were in a year, you're going to realize that high school books are by far the best.
And I just put a link on the screen for anybody who's selling college books or any book that you're maybe a little worried about. You're like, I don't know if this is a counterfeit or whatnot.
Yep.
One great resource that Victor and I, Joji, we all do it. A lot of the folks watching is we run the books through bookrun.com counterfeit calculator. So essentially all you have to do is just put in the ASIN or the ISBN, I'm sorry, for a book. And it'll tell you if it's likely, very likely, unlikely. And if it comes up as likely, we don't sell it.
Right. Exactly. If it comes back likely at all, they don't sell that type of book. So yeah, exactly. Put the you copy the ISBN number there, click check, and then see whether or not it's counterfeit, likely or not. But yeah, every one of these books I've already checked. They're not counterfeit likely.
I love it, man. Doing all the legwork for us, baby.
All right. So this is a not high school book, but has a similar exact pattern as a high school book. So I'm almost definite that everyone will be ungated on this book. I don't know anyone who isn't. But the used offer count, you see how it kind of just drops really substantially here, and the price just stays really high and has a ton of demand. And again, you can see it's completely different than where we are right now. We are almost there. We are within a few days, less than a week away from tons of people showing up and saying they really need this book. So we're at $23. So this is like a $27 book and sell for like $65. And so yes, this isn't 100% ROI. This is a 50% ROI. But why I wanted to keep this on here, because this is another book that you can buy 50 times. And again, I'm not throwing out just 50 just for the fun of it. I really mean it. Buy 50 copies. You'll sell this book before the beginning of August. And you'll wish that you had bought more even from the 50.
Yeah, and Johnny brings up a good point. Used offer count looks like it doubled. Can we pull this back over the last couple of years? I'm curious if this has a history of doing this, or what do you see here? What
No, it is. The used offer count has moved up, and that's correct. It has moved up, but it's the amount of demand that we're missing out on. That even at 100, it's still going to do really well. We're still going to be in the 60s of this book. So yes, I do agree that this probably will, of a book like this, which is why I wanted to I did mention initially, this is not a high school book. So there is a newer edition that just came out of this particular book, but because of the amount of demand here, this book will easily sell in the 60s. And I wouldn't have any issue. I mean, I'm on this book, right? I'm buying this book. I'm selling this book. It will sell really well in the 60s.
And when you see something like this, and I know Johnny, he's a veteran when it comes to books. Big shout out to Johnny Flips, by the way, man. I hope Johnny Flips comes to the Books and Beyond conference, which for folks who don't know, I hope he does, man. Because I didn't see him at MSC, so I'm hoping. He says, I got my Books and Beyond ticket. Heck yeah, man. Johnny,
right.
Yeah, he's a young hustler, man. And he's putting in work in the gym too, man. So got to show love. But Books and Beyond. It's a conference we're hosting. Myself, Victor, Joji, and Avery Martin, who hosted Miami Seller Conference. It's going down in Las Vegas, September 13th to the 15th. And matter of fact, tickets do go up at the end of May. So we have a 2-day conference. We have like 15 speakers. It's in Vegas. It's right off of Fremont Street. It's all about books and eBay to Amazon and Amazon to Amazon and a lot of other products as well. But the type of stuff we're talking about today, if you like it, just go down in the description, and it's called Books and Beyond. It's in my YouTube description, or if you want to show the website, feel free. We could show it afterwards. But we hope to see some people there. Amanda's going to be there, and it's going to, here we go. Yep.
Here's our Books and Beyond conference. You can see Joji really hyped us all up, told us all the speakers. It is the 13th to the 15th in Las Vegas. We'll be at the Four Queens Hotel, which is on Fremont Street. It's a crazy street. Really excited to really do this event. This will be our first year doing it. So, you can say that you've been to the first event of a conference that's going to be for years to come, right? We're getting a ton of interest here. We already have a good amount of sponsors, and we have a ton of sellers, like booksellers that are already here that are saying that definitely they're going to be here and want to speak. So, we have Avery, we have Mel from Sell Back Your Book. Of course, we have Joji. I don't know this guy.
We have Reezy resells. I think Reezy did Reezy.
Yeah, we just got Reezy. So we don't even have Reezy on here,
dude. And Chris Green, he's coming too. He's the OG of literally this guy was doing books and flipping books before anybody even knew what a scanner was.
Yeah, no, exactly. And we're having sell back your book, guys. So if you ever sell books to them, you'll be able to meet the owner there, and Caleb is going to be there. I mean, I'm feeling like, wow, I need to put myself really far down on this list.
Yeah, me too, man. I need to be at the bottom, I feel like.
There are so many great speakers here. So yeah, 13th to the 15th, all about E to A and A to A books and other basically, like I said, we might as well just call this the high ROI con, because that's exactly what this is going to be about. Everyone that's doing this makes a ton of profit margin on each one of their products they're buying and selling.
And the cool thing is we literally just started promoting this a few weeks ago, and with the speakers and attendees, we're already over 50 people now. We're hoping to have 150, 200 people. That's my goal. So I'm pumped up. So yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your presentation. I'm just so excited to, like, a lot of people on YouTube, they hide behind the scenes, but it's like when you get to meet people live, interact, and ask them questions, be like, oh yeah, you really sell? Show me your Amazon numbers. I'll pull up my thing and flip it right to you right there. I'll show you my flips.
Yep. I'll show you how many books I sold today. I'll show you, like, if I had time, which we're not going to, but I'll show you just how many high school books I sold today, right? Because high school books are already starting to pop. So yeah, that when you get to meet me in August or in September, I will show you the high school books I'm selling and really give you even more than I'm giving in this presentation.
Love it. You are the man. What else we got? We got any more books to show?
I got a ton of extra books. So
Let's
you're probably going to have to cut me off, Steve, at a certain point.
Man.
Like, okay, you're just going to have to download the rest of it because there's just so many books out there. All right. So yes, this particular book here, this is another high school book. This book has a ton of demand. Again, right around 6,000 to 7,000 sales rank, all of August, all of September, all of July. I mean, this book is, again, selling well over 100 times a day. It was substantially lower than it was, and I was about to kick it off, but I'm like, I think there's still enough profit margin here that if you really wanted to, you could buy this book for like $98 and sell it for right around $150. So there's money here. There's probably around 30% ROI. The positive here is that this book sells so much that you can go easily buy as many copies as you want and sell them for right around 150. It's just that, again, this book has already started on its upward trajectory. Do you see, like, that's already started? It's still a profitable book, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the books that I'm showing you, take action today, because this book could be the last day at $93. Like, we could be moving up to $120, by tomorrow.
And look them up on eBay as well. I'm telling you, go on eBay, look them up.
Yes.
Type it in on Facebook Marketplace, because Facebook Marketplace, they ship now. So you can actually have a book shipped to you. Their filtering system is really terrible, but if you put a specific name and edition, you can source some crazy deals on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. And, and the same thing with eBay. When you just put the title and the edition, and not necessarily the ISBN number, there's a lot of sellers who on eBay who don't put the ISBN number and don't realize that's important. And so when I click on eBay, what's happening here is it's pulling up the listing based on the ISBN number. And if the seller doesn't put the ISBN number, it won't show up here. But I guarantee there are sellers out there that are selling this book that didn't put the ISBN number, that are selling it cheaper than this. Check this book out. Do you see this? This book is $53 right here. Do you see that? $53 plus. This is the book. If I wasn't talking right now, I'd buy this book, right? Because it's like $60 and we're at 94. Like, buy it for 60, sell it for 160. That's amazing. And that wasn't pre-planned. Like, that book right there. Go buy that book.
And sometimes there'll be best offers as well, Victor, on eBay. Exactly. And a lot of eBay sellers, sometimes the algorithm's not really nice to you. I don't know if you ever sold on eBay, but it's like sometimes eBay will just stop showing your listings. And people
you put it way down at the bottom. Yep.
So,
and those are the best ones. You go out there and you make an offer on those type of books, and you feel it feels awesome. It feels like you're over there like hustling. Like, hey, I'll give you $50 for the book. Okay, maybe 52, and stuff like that. So
I've done it thousands of times. Yeah, I mean, last year alone, I think I spent over $300,000 on eBay buying items like books and DVDs and electronics. And I can't tell you how many thousands of times an item was for sale for 50. I offered 30 and they took it. Usually I offer like 10 to 20% off, but I mean, it's ridiculous how many opportunities are out there if you just put in the work. Or get your virtual assistant to do it. I have 2 virtual assistants who make best offers all day long. That's all they do. So
I wanted to show you this. The proof is in the pudding, right? I made offers on these books. Like these books right here, people rejected those offers, but I made offers on all these books. So yes, it happens. All high school books, I made offers here. This book was one of these that was just recently accepted as I made an offer on and was accepted.
You dirty dog. Look at you.
Yeah. So I buy a ton of high school books on eBay. So yeah, eBay is a great place to buy these books. You find them on Amazon. Go and see if you can find them even cheaper on eBay.
I want to know. Put a 1 in the comments. I want to know who's taking screenshots right now of all these books and adding them to their replens.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling through a ton of amazing high school books. So
I love it. I love it. I'm gonna rename this this show. Victor's store has been exposed. All his replens are exposed. I love it.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing about it, right? I really enjoy giving back, right? I've done this so well that this is fun for me. I really want to help out other people. And the same thing with you, Steve. Like we both are just trying to help people build their own businesses.
Oh my God, this is hilarious. Cindy N. I'm going to put the comment on the screen. Bought 3 books while watching. Cindy, a legend in the community. Good to see you here.
Let's go. Hopefully, like I'm sales pitching you guys really hard on books because they're that amazing. It's not that hard even. It's literally just showing you exactly what I'm looking at and showing you like, okay, like it's this simple. Literally buy it now and just wait a few weeks.
And guess what? We haven't even talked about it. Sorry, finish your thought. I don't want to cut you off.
For it. Go ahead.
What I wanted to say is we didn't even mention this. Oh my, I can't stop cracking up. Art says I just bought 4. We didn't even tell you guys, we don't even receive these items anymore. What do you mean you don't receive them? We use a prep center. Okay. And at the Books and Beyond event, we actually have our prep centers, the one I use, the one Joji uses. You use the same one that I use.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to both be at the event, literally sharing how you can buy books and never have them shipped to your house. You never have to open the box. You never have to inspect it. Now there's nuances to it. That's why, they're coming and speaking. It's not as easy as it sounds, although it is easy. It's simple. We buy everything. It goes to a third-party company. They receive it. They inventory it. They ship it to FBA. And yeah, it is the lazy American way of making money in 2024.
Yeah. Steve, I sold like 9,000 books last year, over 9,000 books, and I didn't touch a book. Like my house doesn't have books in it at all. I haven't touched a book in over 4 years. And it's because of a prep center and Frank, who owns Little Owl Prep, which is right here, will do all that extra work for you. Literally, you just send it to them. They prep your book for you. They look at the quality of the book and grade it for you, and then they'll put a sticker on it, and then ship it to Amazon for you. And all that, basically, all you're doing is finding books, and I'm showing you how to find those books, right? So all you got to do is buy the book, and the rest of it just happens like it's magic.
Yeah, man. I feel like this sounds like a late night infomercial, but anyone who's in the community, like it's true. And obviously there's nuances and it's not all like rainbows all the time. Obviously there's different things in any business that you're going to have to learn and challenges and whatnot, but it's pretty damn close to being,
it's really close, Steve. It's really this easy. I've done so many other, and that's why I wanted to hone into earlier on that I was a lifelong entrepreneur. Like I've done other businesses. I realized the struggles, and you are making 10% and 5% ROI and thinking that's the world, right? But then you realize that there's a business like this. You can't believe it. Like it's pretty amazing because again, neither one of us actually touch our products anymore. It's literally all done for us. It's just all you got to do is just find them. So that's the last part. Go ahead.
I love it, man. So we've hit about the hour mark, a little over that.
Yep.
Would you be open to transitioning to start showing some folks how they can start to source some books using Bookmine?
Sure.
And
let's do that.
And then what we can do as well is I can share some of the different bonuses, like so I have a 6-week Keepa course. I've got, I think, 50 book leads. I've got a virtual assistant program. And what I want to do is if anybody wants to try this 100% free, you don't have to spend any money today. That's not the goal of this, but this is how we're sourcing books. This is how Joji, Victor, myself, I've been loving Bookmine. This is how we find books. There's a bunch of different ways you could source books on Amazon, But over the decade I've been doing this, there is not a better way to source books than Bookmine. And you can try this for free for, I think I've got a link down in the description. I believe it's a
10-day trial. That's right.
10-day
so you
trial.
can go and test drive it, right? See if I'm actually telling you what's actually legit, right? I mean, I'm opening in Bookmine, but maybe you're worried that when you open Bookmine, it's going to look different than what it looks for me. So you have an opportunity to go in there and try it out yourself. Go and look at these books, see if they're actually as quality as what I'm saying, and see if the value's there, right?
And what I want to say is that if anybody wants to try this, I highly recommend you do. Again, you could try it for 10 days free. Go into my description of YouTube, click the link. It's the first link, and I'm giving away 3 different bonuses. I'm giving away 50 book leads, books that you can actually buy and flip from eBay to Amazon or Amazon to Amazon. I'm giving away a virtual assistant playbook, which will teach you how to hire a virtual assistant, how to train a VA in the Philippines to be able to do this for you. I have 2 full-time. They source everything for me, and I'm giving away a 6-week Keepa course. So if you're under a 5, I would say you're going to want to go through that Keepa course, and it's 100% free. And all you have to do is get a free trial. You don't even have to pay. Literally, if you get a free trial and send me an email at support@rakeandprofit.com, it's all on the next page. It's the first link in the description. I will send that to you. And if you're a Bookmine user, I want to put this out there. If you already are a Bookmine user, just click the link down below, and my email's on there. It's support@rakeandprofit.com. Send a message to my team with your email, and we'll give you all those bonuses 100% free. Plus, I think there's a $15 discount code as well.
There is. And what's good about that is if you see like this $15 discount is for the lifetime of you being a Bookmine member. Like as long as you click on Steve's code, that will be given to you each and every month, right? This isn't a one-time deal, and then next month we, upcharge you again. This will continue to hold as long as you are staying a Bookmine member. So yeah, that's to me, I think it was way better than any type of discount we could have offered. So, and we wanted to give it to you, Steve, because I don't know, you just really helped out the community a lot, and I know you see the value in it, and we really try to work something special there.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Well, let's show folks, let's get into how to use Bookmine and how folks can start to source books and do what we've been showing you all call.
All right. So I've just logged into the Bookmine app, right? So it's a software program me and Joji made together. Again, very similar to what I was just showing you, some high school books. There are books just like that on Bookmine. What's cool about Bookmine is it brings, again, 100 million books down to around 400,000 books. And then it massages those 400,000 books and then only brings out the best of the 400,000, which typically every hour is around 3,000. So every hour it starts at 101 million down to 400,000. It massages that data down to 3,000 and then presents that 3,000 books to you on Bookmine. So and the way it does that, it does it through a ton of algorithms. So it's not even just looking what Keepa gives you. It also looks on what Amazon's giving you. It looks at the new prices, the 30-day used, the 90-day used, the 180 days, the eBay price, every price that we could get. We put all that together into one algorithm and came up with a Bookmine score. And so any score that is above a 4 shows up, or a 4 or above shows up on Bookmine. And so there's around 3,000 books that have a Bookmine score of at least a 4 or higher. So these are already the best of the best books. And we're showing you, hey, more than likely a book that's a 4 or above, definitely all you have to do is see that in a chart. So that's what the first thing you got to do is when you first come in here, look at this. Okay, so that looks like, okay, it's a book. Oh, wow. So there's a pattern here in September, and in January it looks like a college book. Oh, but Victor and Joji even went further and told you, yes, it was a college book. You can buy this book for $6.93. We dug into the Amazon data, and this is the actual price shipped, not the actual price like plus shipping. And you click on the book and you realize, oh, it's $20 shipping. That's why this book actually, it looked like a good deal, but it wasn't. No, this is actually the price of the book shipped. So $6.93 to your house or to your prep center at $6.93. That's dirt cheap. And we basically then show our work. Why is this a 5? We're telling you it's because it's a good price. The supply is stable. That like it's not expected to sell out. Then that's why it's a 5, right? It's not expected to sell out. Amazon's hasn't just went out of stock or it hasn't been the lowest price ever. But these are basically that showing you our work of why this is a 5. And just real quickly, without even having to look at this book, you can tell this book was like, say, in the 30s, and probably this was really close to like 40 something this last January, right around $45, I'm guessing, and now is at $6.93. So buy this book for $6.93, sell it in the 30s, right? That's pretty simple. And we have a Keepa link. If you were interested in this book, you would just click on the Keepa link and go and research it a little bit further. From that point, right? You can dig into that book a little bit more. Or if you wanted, we also added eBay, which again, I showed you that I buy a ton of eBay books. Also, you can click on the eBay link. But basically, it just starts you off, right? So the first book up, Gold. That's amazing. Go buy that book. The next book up here, the next book up here is a Book of Mormon. I can hopefully by now you guys can see that this is the mountain. It happens November, January. That book spikes November to January, and it looks like it's well over $40, the used price without not even the FBA prime bump, right? We're like at $45. Shipped to your house or to your prep center is $11.74. So again, buy his book for $11.74 and sell it $45 in November, right? And there's books just like this. All like we can go down here. There's 3,065 books. And it's updated every hour. So every hour there's a refresh of this book of the books out there, and every day there are new books that are being added. Every hour there are new books to be added, and we're showing you the proof here, right? There you can. One of the ways you can do this is by going on Keepa and looking at Keepa deals and trying to find books that way, and it is possible. And if you don't have the money and you're really just starting out, that's a good way to start. You go to Keepa deals and just go out there and hustle, right? Go out there, probably click on 100 books and maybe find 5. Right, a 5 out of 100 that actually are good. We on Bookmine kicked out 95 of those books for you, or most of probably 90 of those books for you, and showed the vast majority of them have been kicked out. And these are the best books out through the algorithms have figured out. These are by far the best books out of the books that are currently dropped in price. And so what it does is saves you time, right? Every one of these books, more than likely, at least you should look at it. And for the vast majority of them, you should purchase them.
No Carb Noodle, love that name right there. Says been buying a bunch of books and just set up my prep center today. Congratulations.
That's awesome. That's well done. That's taking action. Well done.
All right.
All right. So we keep going.
Yes, sir, man. I'm loving seeing your thoughts on analyzing these.
Yeah. I mean, this is just so simple, right? Like you can see a snapshot. This book is at $100 and it's $30 now. It's a college book. It has a score of a 4. Definitely a great book. And again, each page has 25 amazing books on it. You can scroll down and find all 25. Again, probably more than likely 15 to 20 of them are purchasable today to make a profit off them. But let's just say you have even less time than that. You're like, okay, Victor, we had to say no to a few of them, or maybe I don't have that much money, like to spend a ton of money on each book. That's why we gave these like sliders and filters and stuff. So one of the things you can do is move this filter down, the use price filter down to like, say you only want books that are shipped to your house that are under $10. And immediately, which is kind of crazy, these are books that are all under $10. There's 498 books that are under $10 shipped to your house or to your prep center that you can start making money off of. And based on the algorithms are saying these are really awesome books. So there are people who are like, oh, well, online book arbitrage, that's a lot more capital. I think you're just doing it wrong, right? There's 500 books out there right now that are under $10 that are saying, go buy this book. And that first book was the first book up there. It's $7 shipped. Buy it for $7.38, sell it in the 30s. This book looks to be in the 50s. Wow, right? This book sells in the 30s to 40s and it's $9. Like it's pretty simple just to kind of quickly show you that the books are just out there. This book is look at this book. This book sells in the 50s, 50 in September, right around 40 or 50 in January, and it's currently $9.54. Like that's shipped. Steve, this is amazing. Like sometimes I'm even amazed at what me and Joji made.
and the crazy thing about this, I want to mention two things that I want to point out that's very important. Is this updates every hour. Okay. Right. So every single hour there's literally 3,000 new books that they're showing you.
Right. Yep.
Opportunities. And you can narrow down to what you're looking for. And if you can show folks, if you look all the way to the left, so you see the Bookmine score, then the Keepa link, and then there's an eBay link, which will essentially do a reverse search of the ISBN, and you can filter it to see if it's a better deal on eBay, which I'm all for that.
Which more than likely, it more than likely is. So again, click on the eBay link and go and see down here if there's any better deals out here. And what we talked about, there's 2 books over here that actually have or is there one book over here that has the best offer? Go and offer this guy $5, right? And they say no. Well, okay. Well, you didn't actually even have to talk to them. There's no awkward conversations. You don't have to call them, right? There's offer $5 and see what they say.
Yeah, and another great tip for eBay as well. When it comes to books, a lot of times if there's an auction for a book, which typically it's buy it now or best offer, but if there's an auction, just put it in at the lowest price. I've sniped some deals so ridiculously low on books and DVDs and CDs. I mean, you would cry for me in happiness.
Oh yeah, those are awesome deals too. I enjoyed doing that. I do the same exact thing. Yeah, because now based on this chart, this book is going to sell in the 40s. So you got room, right? You're going to go in there and bid $6 knowing that you're going to make your money back times like 3 on a book like this. And so this is if anyone is a Bookmine member would see this first page, right? They would see this information. This isn't, I'm just showing it to you guys or, making a special page. This is exactly what our Bookmine members are seeing. And these are the books that they're buying. And so one of the other filters I want to kind of talk about, right? Because I started this conversation out with high school books, and there's high school books out here. One of the things you can do on the far right-hand side is the book type. And you can click over here and you can see that today Bookmine has found 61 Christmas books. So we didn't even talk about Christmas books, but it has very similar patterns to them. They're very amazing. Maybe next time we'll talk about winter books, Steve, but there are also high school books here, right? So 38 high school books that are currently dropped in price. Basically, all you had to do is click on those high school books and go buy them. There's over 1,000 college books and over 2,000 all year round books. So there's all these type of books on here, depending on the type of method you want to search for and want to purchase. There are those options. Also, if you want to like hike this up and say, Victor, that's cool with the 4s, but I want books that for sure are game-changing winners. You can move the Bookmine score up to like say 7 or above, and each one of these books should be just like killer deals. So if you were to just look at the first book over here, right? This book selling in the hundreds, it does have drops in the hundreds, 100, and it's $23. That's the definition of an amazing book. So there are books like this all the whole time, right? This book is $45 and it's 18. I mean, it's like I'm being repetitive, but it's just there's that many books out there you can purchase.
The one problem everyone's going to run into, and this is the biggest problem for everybody who uses Bookmine, it's one problem. You're just going to run out of money. That's the issue. You're going to spend all your money, and it's just the way it is in the book game. In the past, I'm not going to mention names, but there's other softwares out there, and the problem is with the other softwares out there, all they're doing, Victor, and you already know this, they're just comparing the lowest price to FBA. So what they're doing is they're showing you books that look insanely profitable, but it's just an overly inflated FBA price. It's like, say, for example, all the houses in your neighborhood sell for $250, $260, $250, $260, but there's no houses for sale, or there's only one house for sale and they put it up for $600. Yeah, maybe some lunatic will pay $600,000 for the house or $60 for a book. But if the book's only really sold for $20, $25, $27, what's going to happen when you list the book for $60? Yeah, maybe you got a 1 in 10 chance of selling it, but most likely what's going to happen? It's going to sit, collect dust, collect fees, cash flow issues. You just wasted your money. And then what's going to happen? Someone like Victor is going to come in and price it at 35 where it really does sell.
It really is. Yep.
And then maybe another person comes in and then the price, it doesn't tank, but it goes down to the true intrinsic value. This is the value of this. Out of the box, Bookmine does all the work for you. And it's amazing. Some people just don't see the value. It's like they want to be fed deals that are profitable right now, but a lot of times if it's profitable right now with these other softwares, it's not really profitable. It's a smoke show.
Right. Exactly. And they basically go off the snapshot of that day. And yes, in 100 million books, there are random examples where the FBA price is like at $70 and the used price is like at $9, and you think, okay, well, I can just buy the merchant fulfilled price and sell it at the FBA price. But nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to go and buy a book like that if that's not the actual value of the book. And then so there was a ton of people who've been in the community. They're like, oh no, I've gotten burned with books that way, and I'm not doing it because of price tanking. I'm telling you, I don't deal with price tanking, right? Because I'm actually buying books for their intrinsic value. Like, I know the intrinsic value of a book. I'm buying it below the intrinsic value and selling it for the actual value of the book. And so if there's a book that's price tank, I know that book's even like that dirt cheap. I'm going to buy it because I know the market's going to recover, right? So that's the biggest difference here. And we put a lot of algorithms, we put a lot of thought process into Bookmine. And I want to cover one other thing. So like we have a lot of, not necessarily specifically book competitors, but we have other competitors out there that are selling software programs. And what they're doing is trying to sell it in volume, right? They have like a few thousand members, or maybe even more than that. And they're constantly like, they're having to go on their computer. The people who are actually trying to get value off that software, they're having to be on the computer 24/7, trying to be the first person buying this type of book or buying this type of item. They're like literally on the products, the software, Steve, that you're also using. Sometimes you have to like be one of the first people to click within the first like 2 or 3 minutes, or that deal is gone, right? But on Bookmine, what we did was we're trying to be exclusive, right? We're trying. Plus, we paid a lot of money for the software. So we paid a lot of money to get the data and the algorithms together. There's a lot of server space and stuff like that. So we wanted to be, we're not trying to sell it to this Bookmine to 1,000 people, right? That doesn't make sense. Why am I going to sell it to 1,000 people and have 1,000 people try to buy a book really quickly and really have to sit on a computer all day? So instead, what we try to do is actually show the actual value of this product and the cost of it together. Brings the price point to right around a little over $100 per month for the software, which again, just with one book, just that one book I showed you initially, you'll make well over $100 off of just buying that book twice, right? So there's the money's there for it. It's really easy to understand and easy to kind of realize why that price point is there and what type of value you get for this product.
And this is why I stand behind you and Joji. You guys could have built this software and showed people 50,000 results and get them all pumped up and psyched up. Oh, you're going to buy this book for 10, sell it for 80 and show them 1 million results and get 2,000 members. But then what are you doing? You're just screwing over your customers. So, I love it. So what do you say, man? Can we, for current Bookmine users or anyone who signs up today, can we give away 25 high school books if they go through the Rate and Profit?
That's awesome. We're going to do it.
Affiliate link. I want to be clear. It is an affiliate link. I'm being 100% honest with you guys, but I did try to go, above and beyond to create a bunch of bonuses, 50 book leads you can flip from eBay to Amazon, my VA playbook, the 6-week Keepa course that I put together with Joji. And now I'm trying to swindle Victor into giving away 25 high school books. Would you be open to that, man?
I definitely am. Definitely sounds like a plan. Let's do it. Yeah. So anybody who signs up, of course, this is not, sign up through Steve's links because, we're going through his channel, make sure that happens. But these are the price points before our discounts and stuff like that. So if you go through Steve's channel, through his link, you're going to get even cheaper prices than this. And again, we have 3 different plans. The gold banner basically show just our software program. And we do have a Facebook group, and we will have a live session, just to kind of welcome everyone to the group. Our gold prospector, we do have every other week classes where we kind of train on Bookmine more and answer like live questions with you guys. And then gold miner, we have like one-on-ones that we'll add to that list. So yeah, these are the 3 plans. Again, all 3 of them, you get a discount by clicking on Steve's link. And if you actually are like taking this seriously, you'll easily make this money back and more, and realize how powerful this is. Like, as a bookseller myself, I'm using Bookmine more than anything else because it's more powerful than anything I could give myself, right? Even if I have the highest subscription in Keepa and I pay a lot of data for it, it's nowhere near as powerful as Bookmine, because Bookmine together, we're able to create a really powerful software because all of us together have invested in this really powerful system that, I've had other software programmers ask me, but Victor, why are you doing this once an hour? Do you know how costly this is? Do you know how like you're going to break the bank? And
Dude,
me and Joji were like, well,
the top Keepa plan is 10,000 a month to pull all this data. I don't know what you're using, but it's very expensive.
Yeah. 10,000 or more, right? Because you also have to do Amazon's data. You have to have server space. And then from there, Steve, then, we decided to, you know what, we're going to pull this every hour and we're going to dig into the data and find the used prices, the actual used price of books. This is just a product that if I was just a creator myself, I wouldn't be able to afford it. I would have to get, a few hundred people just to afford this. And we took the risk on it. And it's, it's really paying off. A ton of people are already doing really well on it. But it's time to take action, time to do it now, because again, we're not even close to 200 members of Bookmine yet. And you can see these deals are just sitting out there right now. Right. So even though we have over 100 people, these deals are still there because there's just so many of them out there. We're literally giving you 3,000 books. Okay. You bought all 3,000. That's cool. Next hour, here's another 3,000. So
I love it. All right. Well, after this call, just so everybody knows, if you're a Bookmine member or if you're signing up because of these 25 high school books and everything else, the high school books, I'm going to have to get those from Victor and we're going to have to put them together. So give me a little bit of time on that. We might have to email the Bookmine members, or you'll have to send it to me. If people watch this 3 weeks down the road, I'll probably have it, within hopefully a week or so. But
we'll have the books and then we got to put it together. So it'll take us a few days.
So, but you'll get the other 3 bonuses. Just give us a little time, but don't worry, we'll take care of you. So cool. That's exciting. Should we transition into the $2 $50 giveaways? And
let me right before that, like this. So basically I showed this, and then if there's anything else you guys want to like hear about us, right? So we have a Facebook group. Joji has a YouTube channel. Also, because we teach a lot on Bookmine on Joji's channel. Also talk about books on Joji's channel, and we also have a Bookmine YouTube channel that we also have there. So if you are on the fence and not there all the way yet, for some reason after seeing all this you're like, no, not yet, you can join one of these groups. They're all free and you can get a lot of data from that. I mean, a lot of information from that, and then decide from there. But I think we really delivered a grand slam offer here. This is a no-brainer, and we've talked about this. Just take action, right, Steve? So that concludes everything I got.
Try it for 10 days. If you don't find a crap ton of books, then just don't pay for it. Don't buy it. But you have 10 days free to try it. Use the coupon code, because you're gonna have to put in, I think you have to put your credit card in, lock it in, but it doesn't charge you, right? It
doesn't charge you, and make sure you put in the code Steve as their coupon code. And and then we'll even go in further, right? We have a guarantee. Me, we don't even put it anywhere, but me and Joji, we're honorable people, right? We're not going to take your money. Like if you're 12 days in and you forgot to cancel and you realize it's not the product for us, email us and we'll give you a refund. Like it's happened once out of 140 times that we've done this. One person emailed us. We're not going to do that, right? So we want you to be happy with what we have. And I'm sure if you give us a try, you're going to love it, right? The books are just there. You're realizing so much time saves, so easy to do.
Look at Stephen Tower. He says, love mine, make my subscription price every day.
Yeah.
But you want to know what? Steven, he works his butt off. I don't know how else to say it. Like Steven, I've known Steven for probably 2 years now, Steven, because he started with eBay to Amazon, and now he does a lot of Amazon to Amazon, and he found his little niche with books. And I think Steven's retired. Isn't he retired now? I think he does.
I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah.
But I mean, he takes action, he takes, there's no other way to say it. He takes action every single day, and he's being rewarded. So, okay, cool. Let's I'll
stop sharing and go over.
But I need your help, because last time, and look, just so everyone knows, we actually pay. Bob won last time, and he says, am I eligible to win 50 again? We paid you, Bob, right? Let everyone know we paid you.
We did pay you. That's right.
So I need you to think of a really interesting, creative question that's maybe related to selling books or making money or anything. I think last time what I asked everyone was like, how much money do you want to make, flipping books? And then I went and picked a random winner. I want you to ask a question first, and then I'll pick a winner from the comments.
Okay. Well, I think the question is, what is the software program that we're just talking about? What is the software program that me and
Smart
Joji made? What is that software? Put that in the notes in the comments, and we will pick a winner from that group as long as you get it right.
And it has to be my affiliate link. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, not even the link. I mean, just the name. Yeah.
Oh, we got some people. So I'm going to wait about a minute for all these comments to come in. And then we're going to play a little game of Rake and Profit scrolling like a maniac. And then you'll tell me, oh my God, that was hilarious. There's some funny comments coming in here. I'm glad people are having fun in the comments. I love it.
Yeah, wow. It's a lot of fun doing this.
There's oh man, smash the like button, guys, if you're enjoying this. I'm trying to convince Victor behind the scenes, maybe once a month we got to do one of these calls.
We have a lot of fun doing them.
All right, so we got a bunch of comments in, Victor. I'm scrolling up and down right now, and I want you to tell me when to stop. Hold on, let me open up all these comments. Hold on, let me get over to my YouTube actually, because it's easier over there. Okay, yep. So you just tell me when to stop, and I will.
Yeah, so we got enough comments. You guys ready? Like, and I think one of the things we can say is you can do more than once, right? So just submit another comment in there. All right, so let's go. And stop.
All right. We got a good one. Corn Beefy 661. Corn Beefy 661. Man, you should have named your software that.
Corn Beefy. Well, because Corn Beefy is doing really well.
So Corn Beefy, I'm gonna stop saying that. And he was smart. He commented multiple times. What I need you to do is go inside of your YouTube account and take a screenshot so I know it's you, and send an email to support@rakeandprofit.com. I'm going to drop that in the comments right now. Support@rakeandprofit.com. Okay, I'm posting that. All right, I just put it on the screen as well. So Corn Beefy, take a screenshot from inside your account. So I know it's you, because I'm going to have like 10 people pretending to be you, but I want to make sure it's you. And send a screenshot with your name. Say you're a Bookmine $50 winner, and give that screenshot and share your PayPal information or your Venmo so we can pay you. All right. So look, he says, LOL, I never won anything in my life.
Yeah, you did it.
Wow.
This is the day. Today it changes. There you go.
Let's go. That's go.
Awesome.
Congratulations. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to have to come up with a question as well.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I'm going to ask a question.
All right.
What type of book, like what category of books was Victor talking about that he loves to buy? And these types of books were actually, they spike during the year. They can make you a ton of profit. It starts with the letter H. These types of books, and I want to know who's been paying attention, because these books can make you a lot of money. And matter of fact, anybody who joins Bookmine today, even if you join, I mean, are you open if they join, like if they watch this 2 weeks down the road or a month?
Let's do it.
Yeah. So if you're watching the replay and you joined through my special affiliate link, because I've partnered with Bookmine, you will get 25 profitable high school books that you could be on the lookout for on eBay, Amazon. You could add it to Keepa alerts.
I mean, and Steve, this is really valuable, man. They, like a leads list of 10 items is like $400. They'll sell it to you in other places. And we're giving away 25 high school books. This is crazy. Like we really didn't talk about this, but I definitely think it's an awesome idea, and let's do it.
Awesome. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. So we got the right answer.
All right.
Yeah. They know. They're all saying high school, high school.
There you go.
So again, I'm scrolling, and I want you to.
This is the fun part of it.
Tell me when to stop. And you know what? I'm going to throw $10 extra into this person if they're a Bookmine user.
What? Okay. All right.
If they're a Bookmine user, or if if you're a Bookmine user.
Yeah. All right. Ready? All right, stop.
All right. We've got Ken Dockel Ken Dockel, if I pronounced that correctly. So let me switch back over to StreamYard so I can pull that person up, because okay, here we go, because I picked it on YouTube because it's easier to scroll.
Yeah.
Yep, High School Books. Ken Dockel. Are you a Bookmine member? That's what I want to know. I feel like Ken might be. I've seen his name before.
I've seen his name. I don't know if he is.
Yeah. Well, you just won 50 upwards to $60.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Ken. So
yeah, that's awesome. That's a great. I mean, what other place would you get like free money just by watching us? You get a lot of value here and free money. This is kind of crazy.
So what you're gonna have to do, Ken, I'm gonna put this on the screen. You're gonna have to take a screenshot from inside of your YouTube account. So just go in. So I know it's you, because again, I'm gonna get like 8 people pretending it's them, because when there's cash involved, everyone's the winner, right? I wish I was Oprah. Just give everybody $50. But email my team at support@rakeandprofit.com with a screenshot so we can verify. Put in the title Bookmine winner. $50 since you're not a member. PayPal, email, or your Venmo, so I could pay you. Yeah. Right. So congratulations.
That's awesome. Yes. Well done, guys. Great going, Ken. All right. Yeah.
Bob don't forget to link.
Oh yeah. Bob wants the 10 books that we've presented today.
Oh. Yeah, let me share that right now in the comments. Let me see where that is.
Okay. Bob was like, "Hey, I liked those books. I want them."
I'm so glad there's folks who remind me, because I do these shows all the time, and like I'll forget, and everyone's pissed at me. I'm like, crap, someone should have reminded me. All right.
Oh yeah.
So okay. Feel free to shout some folks out or say anything you want while I get this link. I'm gonna get this set up.
Well, yeah. Matt says he loves Bookmine. Thank you, man. Yeah, it's a lot of work, a lot of one into it. A lot of risk, right? Because we had to get it up and running for a few months without anybody actually using it yet. So we're like, initially we were tens of thousands of dollars in the hole, and like, it'll make itself up. It'll make itself back, right? You build it, people will come. And, we're finally just making a profit now, but barely. And, we're growing it. And like I said, it's time to get in at the ground floor. Like, these opportunities are just sitting there, and pretty easy to do, right? Again, go in there, spend 10 minutes and buying 10 books. You can do it. It's that easy. So yeah, 25 books. Steve. Yeah. So Steve, that's right. Steven, actually anybody who joins with Steve's affiliate link will get 25 additional high school books. So we have not made that list yet because we've just announced that today, but we are going to put that together. And anybody who joins again or is a Bookmine member, will give you out those 25 high school books.
Perfect. I put the link in the comments. I'm also adding it to my YouTube subscription now. So it should be the third link underneath Books and Beyond. So I'm going to call it the presentation slides.
Okay.
Presentation slides. 10 leads. Yeah, 10 leads. Call it that.
It's actually 12, but yeah, 10 leads is good. Just put 10.
Okay.
So I get a bonus.
Yeah, I just updated the YouTube description. So if you refresh the YouTube link right now, it should be the third link, or just give it a minute. I just put it in there. I also added it into the comments. I'll post that one more time so everyone can see that as well. There we go. So,
and again, guys, take action. These books are really the best of the best that we have to offer. Go in there, click on those books, buy those books. The 25 additional books will be very similar to those. They'll be basically at that cutoff. We'll add another 25 books. So yeah, I think it's a no-brainer to at least just try out Bookmine with that, because these 25 books that will be added will a few $1,000s worth of value.
Cool. Well, Victor, I don't want to take any more of your time. I appreciate you sharing and just dropping a lot of knowledge. Again, the slides are down in the description. My special link is down below in the description as well, where you can learn about the books. It's not on that page. You sign up for Bookmine or you're already a member, just message my team at support@rakeandprofit.com and put the title Okay. Support@rakeandprofit.com. And you're going to have to include your email because we're going to have to verify that you're a user, and then we'll send over those bonuses. And then just give us a little time on the 25 high school books. We'll get those over for you. We'll figure a way to get them to. So thanks, Victor.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody.
No problem. Thank you, guys. We killed it.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. I'm going to end the stream now. We'll see you guys soon.
So,
much love. Have a beautiful night. Bye. Thanks, Victor.
Bye. Thanks.